Good day, my name is Martin Schweiger and I will today walk you through lesson 1 of our Technology, Marketing and Intellectual Property course. This is an introductory course on new products and on startup companies. And in the lesson 1, I will show you an overview and also why startups and new products usually fail. This course is for service providers to startups, such as patent attorneys, patent engineers, tax advisors, lawyers, IP lawyers, and those who want to become one, and other people who work for startup companies, and also for companies who bring up new products. If you are a startup owner yourself, or if you work in a startup, click away at once. This information is not intended for you. According to my own experience, startup owners and people who work in startups never want to know why their companies do not work. But let's roll back a bit. You surely have heard the old Latin saying, quid quis agis, prudenter agis respice finem. It means, whatever you do, act wisely and think about the end result. And very seldom startup owners do this. Now let's look at some statistics. What are the main reasons for failing startups and failing new products? I have found these statistics at the webpage 101sthits.com. The URL of this webpage is found in the lower right corner of this slide. And it shows the most important reasons why startups and new products fail. I will walk you through this because this statistics has impressed me a lot. I'm in the area of IP and startups and new products since the year of 1993. And in the 24 years since then and today when I record this screencast, I have seen about 100 failed startups and new products, about 4 to 5 every year. And what I can say is that my own experience matches very well with the statistical result that is shown here. About 36% of all startups fail because they build something that nobody wants. This is unbelievable, but it is, as it is stated here. About 18% of new startups fail because they hire poorly. About 13% of the startups fail because they lack of focus. They do too many things at the same time and they forget about the main product that they are selling. About 12% of all startups fail because they fail to execute marketing and sales. About 8% of startups fail because they don't have the right co-founders. And about 6% fail because they chase investors and not the customers who put the money on the table. The remaining 4 reasons are almost neglectable because there is between 1%, 2% and 3% share of the total failure causes. One of them is not making sure that you have enough money, one is spending too much money, one is failing to ask for help, and one is ignoring social media. But now let's look more closely at the result. 3 of the reasons for startup failures go back to the same thing. It is building something that nobody wants, failing to execute marketing and sales, and chasing investors and not the customers. These are the startups that come up with a good idea. Actually, it is an excellent idea, but they never find out whether there is someone out there who wants to put money on the table for this idea if it's turned into a product. And if you calculate the sum of the 36% for building something nobody wants, the 12% for failure to execute marketing and sales, and the 6% for chasing investors and not customers, you arrive at a sum of more than 50%, to be more specific, 52% that could be avoided if these companies from the very first beginning of the venture focus on the customers, they execute marketing and sales with these customers, and by doing so, they find out whether they are going to build something that is wanted in the market or not. So we have addressed more than 50% of the startup failures by doing so. The next startup failure is the hiring poorly, the lack of focus, and not having the right co-founders, which is more personality related with respect to the founders and how they run their business. We will talk about these reasons in more detail in the later lessons of the same series here. Stay with us. In our other lessons, I will show you more insight into the reasons of failure. The problem is only, what can we do about it? Because when we work with startup companies, we very often hear that our advice is not wanted. Please check out the courses section on my webpage, www.iplawyertools.com. I will show you there more insight and also techniques in order to cope with these shortcomings of startup companies. If you follow these lessons, you will learn how to guide them on a better way. Please note, there is a little subscription there on my webpage because I wanted to keep crazy people out. And for a little subscription fee on a monthly basis, you can have all the information there. There are also course fees for the larger courses, but they all come with a 1 month, 100% no question asked money back guarantee. So you're fully safe, and if you don't like the course or you think it's not useful for you, just ask your money back. I will not ask and I will not blame you for that. So my name is Martin Schweiger, and I have just walked you through lesson 1 of our Startup, Innovation, Technology and Intellectual Property course. Why startups do not work. Goodbye.